I'm Elise Joan, and I am the creator of Barre Blend, and I'm just excited to be the newest Beachbody super trainer.
Are we ready to start Barre Blend? Let's do it.
You know, my journey toward becoming a trainer is kind of a long and windy road, and for me, I really think it's evidence that whatever plans we have, you know, God and the universe may have different plans. I was born in Manhattan, New York City, and I remember from a young age just loving the magic of the city. I grew up just loving movement. I started ballet at the age of 3. You know, it resonated with me right away, this idea of freedom of expression and moving my body in a way that felt like celebration, even from a young age. When I went to college, there was no ballet program, just modern dance. So I decided to audition for Guys and Dolls, which was the first musical they were doing my freshman year. And I was hooked right away. I graduated with a degree in theater and history. Then I packed a bag and moved to New York City and went and pounded the pavement. I mean, old school. I got the backstage newspaper, circled the auditions that were right for me, waited in line for hours at a time to be seen by a director. But I got lucky enough to have some good breaks that led me to some early success in theater. I just remember that spotlight hitting me and feeling like, yes, this is where I'm meant to be. I was on a tour, Broadway tour, and I started to realize my voice was becoming less and less reliable. I was straining more and more, and it turns out I had prenodular polyps on my vocal cords, which became vocal nodes. That was a career ender. I lost most of my singing range, and in the New York theater world, as soon as your voice goes, that's it. I, was faced with this time where I couldn't speak at all. So I was feeling kind of down about that. And I remember very vividly walking down 9th Avenue and seeing a sign. It said 3 months unlimited yoga for $100. And I'm thinking, I'm a professional dancer. I can totally do yoga. I'll do that instead. I was surprised that within moments of opening my heart into this practice, everything I was feeling about the end of my career, about having no idea what's next, just poured out of me. I was faced with a crossroads, truly, to either let that define me and spiral downward into a why me mentality, or instead to choose it as an opportunity. That's when I realized the power of mindful movement. My yoga teacher noticed, this emotional response I had to yoga and thought that I might have something to share as a teacher. So I got certified and I just felt like a part of me came alive again. I often think about it as losing my voice in order to find a truer, newer voice. I started teaching barre in about 2005, and I was tapped by a group fitness manager for Equinox who came to one of my classic barre classes at a different studio and asked me to come over to teach barre. I was really drawn to Equinox because they trusted me with their programming, so I was able to teach a classic barre class but add my own flair. I started to add in cardio intervals, I started to add in some dance movements, some movements that were inspired from yoga, and the class was a main studio class at the time, and it took off. I actually trained some other teachers to teach it at different clubs in Equinox throughout Southern California. To see those programs come alive and to see how people responded to them was really fun. So many of you might know me as one of the yoga experts from the 3-week yoga retreat. For me, moving from one of 4 yoga experts to becoming a super trainer and creator of the Barre Blend program just felt honestly like a dream come true. But I can honestly say that the day I got the call to create this new barre program for Beachbody literally pivoted my life in a moment. So I recently entered my 40s, and I feel more powerful than ever, but it's presented some challenges as well, in that I have an amazing husband, Nolan, and we got married a few years ago, and we've been trying for many years to have a baby. I spent a lot of time, energy, and money doing acupuncture and eating healthy and drinking all the teas and taking my temperature and doing all of these things, and it just wasn't happening for us. I was starting to experience my own self-doubt. We decided that we would give it one more go and we would try IVF. I was getting so excited. I was a great candidate. Everything was looking amazing. And then it turns out that all of the embryos had multiple chromosomal abnormalities. And I really felt like I was a failure as a woman. I started to feel like I wasn't able to be a good wife if I wasn't gonna have this capacity to be a mom. I really feel like having this opportunity to nurture in a different way is really what I was longing for. It wasn't necessarily gonna show up as my own child, but for me, everyone out there who trusts me with their physical and emotional journey and who's open to trying Barre Blend. I mean, I honestly came alive. I moved into my creative space. My husband was like, oh my gosh, I have my wife back again. And I think it's really changed my life. So I couldn't be more thankful for this program on a personal level. And I honestly couldn't imagine a better path. I couldn't be happier and I couldn't feel more absolutely in my purpose. And I am so thankful for all of you who give me the opportunity to come into your living rooms and help you overcome challenges, help you overcome adversity, and help you believe that even if things aren't quite going according to your plan, there might be a better plan out there for you.
I am ready to guide you through this 60-day program where you elevate your spirit, your heart, and your mind.
I think it's important to share the challenges that I go through because I think they help me become a more understanding, more compassionate trainer, more compassionate wife and human. And I think it's clear that there's more than one way to leave a legacy. And for me, Barre Blend is literally the culmination of so many of my passions, and sharing it feels like I get to share something, a little piece of myself with the world that I hope will be here long after I'm gone.